your desire to retain your customers has to be reflected in your recruitment. I know probably there's a team here from HR. It has to be reflected by your induction process. When people come on board, how are they onboarded? It has to be reflected by the support services. Right now, you know, I hope you do know. How many of you are in IT? IT? Anyone from IT? Where are these people? They're not here. They're busy sorting out issues. Anyone from IT? I wish they were here to hear this, because right now, the key driver of the customer experience is actually technology. Yeah? Technology is the key driver for the customer experience, because customers want things to be much easier for them. So even when you work in that support department, you have to think about how is what I'm doing supporting the organization to retain its customers. When you think about your policies, have they been designed from an internal perspective, or are they designed to help you as an organization retain your customer? So you have to think about your attitude, and more importantly, you have to think about your actions and your reactions. Yeah? Your actions and your reactions to situations. And also very important is for you to focus on your competencies. I believe you're all competent in what we do. So competencies means simply knowing what is expected of you, what your job entails, and getting to do your job to your level best. So the customer experience, very interesting, touches on every aspect of the organization. A customer-focused organization measures its customers' satisfaction. It knows exactly where it is with its customers. In fact, very important for you to assess and get to know where exactly are we at. I think Benja did say earlier that there's already a process for doing that. A customer-focused organization has an ongoing effort to understand its customers, what they like and what they don't like. You know, I've been having conversations with some organizations that don't even think about where their customers are going to park. Yeah? You know, such small things. You have to think about, is this the best location for I'm not talking about this particular location, but for those of you that are involved even in terms of looking out for locations, thinking about such small basics about the customer experience. So a customer-focused organization on a continuous basis is always asking, do we really understand what our customers' needs and expectations are? So it is very, very important for you to think about your organization and everything that happens in it. But more importantly, it's important to think about a customer-focused individual. Think about this color. What color is this? None of us is colorblind. Yeah? This is color green. What comes to your mind when you see that color? Trees. What did you say? Life. Old Mutual. Oh my goodness. It has nothing to do with Old Mutual. On traffic lights, when you see that color, what does it? It means go. It means go. So I want you to think about things that you need to start doing. It actually also means start. Yeah? Think about what is it that you need to start doing that would add value to your customer experience, whether internally or to your external customer. When you see this color, if you're driving, if you're walking, it means stop. So I want you to also think about what are some of the things that you need to stop doing because they do not add value to the customer experience. Yeah? At the individual level, by the way, I'm not talking about UAP as a whole. I'm talking about you at the individual level. Are there some things at those thousands or millions of customer interactions that you have in a year? Yeah? And possibly some of you have 10 in a day or more. What are some of the things that you need to stop doing because they are not adding value to the customer experience? It is said to be the color of? The color of? Purity, isn't it? Yeah, the color of purity. And that's why if I had a big whiteboard and I put a small dot and I asked you, what do you see? Most likely you'll tell me you're seeing the dot. Yeah? You're not thinking about the rest of the space that is all white. Think about your organization. Is there a possibility for all of you to be winners despite the distractions that come around? But even these are just distractions. Yeah? It's what happened in the share ownership and all that. Remember, you still have your customers. And your customers don't really care what it is that happened with the company shareholding, isn't it? Yes. So please do not let that be a distractor. Yeah? And do not let anything else that happens every day become a distractor. Because as a team, you can all win. You can all make your customers to be loyal customers. You can all ensure that you're holding on to your customers if you remain focused. If you remain focused to the reason for your existence. So we can all be winners if we strive for delightful customer experiences despite their distractions. There is a gentleman by the name Edrich Cleaver. He says that we are either part of the problem or part of the solution. So let us all be part of the solution in terms of looking for ways to improve our customer experience, to get our customer experience to the next level. Look out for opportunities because they are there every day. In fact, every day is an opportunity to make it better for your customers. Remember, 1, your customers have a choice. Your customers have a choice. And 2, that choice is driven by how they feel. And 3, each one of us has to be deliberate about influencing that choice. We all have a role to play. It doesn't matter where exactly it is that you work, you all have a role to play. Whether you're in support services, whether you're in the front line, you all have a role to play. A quote by Jim Rohn brings me close to the end of the session, and it says, if you really want to do something, you will find a way. If you don't, you will find an excuse. Yeah? That if you really want to get your customer service to even 90% to 95%, you will find a way. If you don't, you will find an excuse. And if you're still wondering what customer service is all about, I said earlier on that we have moved from the age of customer service and we've gone to the age of the customer experience. And the customer experience is about the experience you deliver to your customer. It's about the promise you keep to them. Of course, you make the promise and you keep the promise. It's about how you follow through. So I do wish you all the very, very best. Please remember that at the core of the customer experience are customers who have a choice, are customers whose decision is based on their emotions, and they are customers that we have to be deliberate about. At every opportunity, thousands of interactions are happening in this organization today. There will be so many interactions, and I want you to consider each of those interactions as an opportunity. I wish you all the very best. Asanteni sana.